Okay, welcome back. Now what I want to look at is triangles, okay? And I want to look at the various types of triangles. Now, we have a triangle is a three-sided figure, okay? There are various types of triangles. Now we have equilateral triangles, we have isosceles triangles, and excuse my speech, I just had some teeth extracted the other day, so I do apologize for my sounding of my triangles. Excuse me. Right angled triangles, and we have what we call scalene triangles. Now each of these will be explained as we proceed through each turn, I should say each triangle. Okay. Now what we're going to look at first is equilateral triangle. Okay. Now equilateral triangle, all sides are equal and all the angles are equal. That means that the angles are 60 degrees. Okay. Now the perpendicular line from the vertex corner to the base cuts the base at 9 degrees into two equal parts. Now let's look at what they're talking about. The perpendicular line, that is your perpendicular line here, okay, comes down and it cuts this line here, intersects it. And where this vertex intersects at the baseline, it forms two angles of 90 degrees. So that would be 90 degrees, that there would be 90 degrees. It won't be any less. The total angle of each of these will therefore add up to 180 degrees, okay? And that's 90, and that is 30 degrees now. That's 100, 60, 70, 80. That will give you 180 degrees as per triangle. So rather than having one triangle now, you've now got two. You've got two triangles in one. Simply by that line perpendicular cutting that angle into, cutting that triangle into two triangles. Okay? And all they're doing here is showing you that this is your perpendicular. Okay? Now, this simply shows here that the sides are of equal length. Now, isosceles triangle. Isosceles triangle. Two sides of the triangle are equal and the two base angles are equal. The perpendicular bisector cuts the base at 90 degrees into two equal parts and bisects the vertex angle. Okay. So the vertex is an angle formed by two intersecting lines. So here you have your intersecting line here, okay, that intersects at the baseline there, which forms two angles here. We know that these two angles here should be the same value, okay. And looking back here, you can then see, let's go back a little bit. Yeah. Okay. And all this is showing you is just whether you turn it upside down from looking at it from different base point of views. Okay. Now right angle triangle. Right angle triangle. A right angle triangle has one of its angles equal to 90 degrees. The side opposite the right angle is called the hypotenuse and is the longest side. So let's have a look. A right angle triangle has one of its angles equal 90 degrees. That is our 90 degrees here. Okay, that's our 90 degrees there. Okay? 90 degrees. No doubt about it there. Okay? This here, it becomes our hypotenuse, because that is the longest side. Okay? And it doesn't matter how you rotate it, turn it around, twist it about, it will still be the hypotenuse. Okay? I mean, the hypotenuse, that's a peculiar word, isn't it? I mean, I have actually thought about it before, until now, but who created the word hypotenuse? Quite possibly could be a Latin term, but I will look into it when I have more time. But for now, it will do. Right, scalene triangle. Scalene triangle. The sides in a scalene triangle are all different in length. Different length, different length, different length. The angle here. Remembering that a straight line is always at 180 degrees. Imagine that you have taken that line there along all the way along here. You would then be looking at the angle between that and that. So if you know the angle here, you will be able to determine the angle that is here. The angle therefore are all different in value. So let's look at the rules. Rules regarding triangles. The interior angles of a triangle add up to 180 degrees. So A plus B plus C equals 180. And here we have A, B, C equals 180. Ignore my scribbling work there. Okay. Example. Find A. A equals 180 minus 120 minus 40 equals 20 degrees. And it's equal to 20 degrees because 40 plus 20 equals 60. 60 plus 120 equals 180 degrees. Okay. So that is important to bear in mind and to remember that. Okay. Example 2. Find B. 180 minus 10 minus 35 equals 135 degrees. Now is that right? 135. 35 plus 35, 160, 170, 180. Okay? We know that it is correct. Okay? So if that is 135, that's now added to that 135 plus 35, 170, 180. Okay? So you're adding these together and it equals to 180 degrees. Okay. Find C and D. Example 3. Okay. Now find C and D. Well, we know the angle should be 180 degrees, yes? And let's look at the angles that we have. Now, this tells us something here. This tells us something here. The above triangle is an isosceles triangle. Therefore, C equals 70. Base angles of isosceles triangles are equal. So we know that that's the base angles, 70, and that must be equal to 70. Okay. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. I was just trying to look at see if I can take something out here, but I can't. Okay. Now ignore my rough work. This is just ignore that. Okay, ignore that completely. Right. That is equal to 70. We know base angles are equal. It's in an isosceles triangle. Okay. So we know that is going to be 70. Okay. Okay. Therefore, if we have 70, 70, we have 140. Therefore, this angle here must therefore be 40 degrees. Because that they added up to 180. 70 is 140. 140 plus 140. 140 plus 40 is 180 degrees. Okay. Therefore, that is 180 degrees. Okay. Okay. Quite simple for you to work through. Find E, F, and X. Now, interesting. This is an isosceles triangle again. So we know that that's going to be equal. That is going to be equal. Okay. Right. This is an isosceles triangle. Now, X equals 15 degrees. Okay. So we know because X equals 15 degrees. So X equals 15 degrees because they're saying that this angle here, all the way across to here, is 30 degrees. Okay. That's what they're saying. So, which is the vertex angle created by an intersecting line. So E and F are equal. E and F are equal. So E and F are equal. E and F together add up to 180. E and F together add up to 180 minus 30 equals 150. Now remember, our 30 is here. Okay. We know that is the total angle of any triangle. We have this here. Okay. We have that there. So 180 minus 30 equals 150. We know that E and F are equal, therefore E equals 150 divided by 2 equals 75. Therefore E equals 75 degrees and F equals 75 degrees. Okay, so let's put it in. That's now equal to 75 degrees. Okay, that's now equal to 75 degrees. Okay. Okay. The exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of the two opposite interior angles. So here we are saying that x plus y equals z. If you forget this rule, you can always work out the problem in two stages as shown below. Find x. X is 80 degrees. X is equal 80 degrees, therefore Z will be 80 degrees as well. These two angles are equal. Okay, so X will be 80 degrees. Let's put it into place. Okay. Okay, and Z will be 80 degrees as well. Okay. Angle in the triangle added to 180. Okay. x is 80 degrees. This is a straight line, 180. Like if I lifting at 180 degrees, if that's lifting at, if the angle is 80 degrees, angle A should be the same, 80 degrees. Not, but it's not saying that, it's saying that it's 100 degrees. Z, 180, 180 minus 80. So here we have equal to 180 minus 80 equals 100 degrees. Now remember that straight line is always at 180 degrees. So if this angle here is 80 degrees and that angle is 80 degrees there, if the angle is 80 degrees, then we are looking at, because this is a straight line, we now know that the ratio should be equal. So if we take 80 degrees from 180, that will leave us 100. So this angle here is 100 degrees. Okay. Okay. And that's what we do. It's a subtraction here for Z rather than an addition. Here it's an addition because we need to make this up to 180. Here we know that should be equal to this. Therefore, if that's 80 degrees, that's going to leave us 100. Z will be equal to 100 degrees. Now this one here, I'm going to leave out a bit peculiar. Why didn't I make this? So I'm just trying to figure out what I did here. Solve this, you can either draw in more parallel lines, draw in right angles, or make triangles. The last method is the one which is shown below. Okay, so what you're looking at here is this here was just left as for us to do ourselves, basically. Okay, it was just left for you all to do yourselves. Okay, but the clarity of the work is here. To solve this, you can either draw in more parallel lines, draw in right angles, or make triangles. The last method is the one which is shown below. So this is the method we're going to use here. Okay, and what we're looking at here is x, finding x. Now where is x on here? X is here, okay, and x is here. Okay, that is our x. Okay, we know triangle should add up to 180, therefore it's 180 minus 40 minus 50, x equals 90. Okay, We got that in place. Find y and z. Okay, y. Now these two angles, they should be equal. So the value of this here should match the value of this. Now, so therefore, if it's, again, here you can do 180 minus 115, which leaves you 65. Therefore, the angle there should also be 65. So if the angle, that should be 65. Okay. Degrees, okay. And that is 65. Okay. Hang on a second. As you know, the angle fraction. Therefore, z equals. Sorry. Am I? Oh, z equals. Oh, z equals 100. Well, 60 plus 60 is 120. 129. If I'm looking for z, so we know that's 65, that's 64. So 180 minus 165 minus 64, 129 equals 51 degrees. And we got our z here, which equals 51 degrees. That's quite correct. That is equal to that. Okay. Now, let me just go down a little bit. Now, find the missing angles given reasons. Well, 180 equals 18 degrees. Yes, it does, that's right. But remember, these are things for you to write out yourselves. You need to be able to draw the diagrams of the triangles. Look at what you're doing. Get familiar with different types of triangles. Know which ones you're dealing with, okay? This is paramount for you to understand and to know that, okay? Now here, all I'm doing again is finding the angle. You know it should be 180, so what's this angle here? Angle B is 138, roughly, basically. Well, it is, isn't it? Okay, this will be, in this case, it'll be 180 minus 15 minus 27 equals 20, 30, 20, 30, 42 equals, so we come to 180 minus 42. Correct me if I'm wrong, okay? I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I try to be every time I do this. So B is going to be equal to 138 degrees. 1, 3, 8 degrees, okay? There we are. Okay. Right, the rest is for you to do. I am not going to do it anything further on this. Thank you. I hope you found this useful. I apologize for my scribbles and my mess. It's just the way that I did some work, rough work on it, and I decided to leave the rough work in. Okay. Whether that's right or not, I don't know. I've left it in so you can see that I too can make mistakes as well. Okay. So don't feel any way about that. Okay, again, we're simply doing the same thing here, same application of principles. You have no problem finding these, should be easy enough for you to do. And again, we've just done something similar up on the previous page before, so look at it to make sure you understand it. Okay. Okay. This one is brilliant. It shows showing you now in detail what you need to be doing to find Q. Okay. So Q should equal to 180 because you have 1, 2, 3 angles here, still the same, but you got 45, 56, 70. So your angle here, of course, Q is 110. Okay, yes, the angle here is 110. Okay, we got that there. Yeah, which is Q here. Okay, now I'm not doing anything more for you. You can do the rest yourselves. Okay, take your time, write the work out, look at it step by step. Okay. 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 Thank you. Well, I hope you found this useful. And again, this is to do with triangles. Okay. And we are going to go back to this now. And thank you for your time. Have a good day. And till next time. Bye bye.